welcome to the 2022 ITP live show. My name is Bruce Arthur. I'm producer for this year's live show. And without further ado, we have plenty of projects to show you, so come on right in.
I'm over it. I'm tired. Oh God. About looking for a dog.
my name is Kim, and the name of my project is AE.
And what's the project about?
My project is about this physical shape that can be changed its form to like anyone's face. That's what I was trying to make. But as you can see right now, I just made a physical model, and this is how the server operates. And then it could be possibly used in like a VR or metaverse.
So as these categories move, the mask, the face also moves,
Yeah.
right? Is this detecting like
Yeah, it's using same punch. So if you come over it and put your face around it, you can see like the three dots indicating, and this is what it calculates.
what's the like mechanism behind all these?
So
What's your Adrenos?
yeah, I'm using Arduino Nano, and how this operates is learning. It's like a machine learning like machine learning tool that detects your face, and then it detects mostly about 468 key points. But right now I'm using only 8 key points, landmarks, and face mesh is usually made when you use Instagram filters or Snapchat filters. Yeah.
In the future, are you thinking to develop to do more facial?
Yeah, in the future, I'm thinking about putting more servo motors and more flexibility on the face, so it can be shaped into different faces. Yeah, other than me. So, for example, this is my face right now, but if you sit down, I would like to make it as similar as your face.
What's the face made of?
It's made of silicone. Yeah, you can feel free to touch it. Yeah.
What's the
Skeleton behind it is actually I have 3D printed the skeleton from LaGuardia Studio, and then this is the rubber muscles, and this is what it should be pushing it out. So this is the bike brake, and this is what it pushes out the muscles to imitate people's facial features. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Oh, it's an interesting box. Can you tell us your name and your project?
Sure. My name is Yves Vogel. I have two projects here. This called HiCam and this called Anti-Human Box or No Touchy Touchy. That's the alias. So the Anti-Human Box is, as it sounds, a box that has candy, but it has a trick. When you go to get candy, it will detect a person, and running a machine learning model, it will detect the person and then close the box so you can't get the candy. Yes, it's a bad box. On the other side, we have the high cam. This is an instant camera that it takes a picture, it uses a machine learning model to process it, and it turns it into a short poem, which is then printed via a thermal receipt printer.
Is that printing out the poem?
It's printing the poem right now.
Can you
So,
read it out?
sure. Person non-existent with autumn's evening, man for cracking nuts. Very poetic, very deep. Yeah, it also printed another person from our trees, one far away, the window frames, the wow.
And it's all machine learning.
All machine learning. Yeah.
AI generated forms.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. I'm wondering where the sensors are.
Sure. So both work with cameras. This has this front camera, which in turn sends the image to an Arduino Nano with just a few kilobytes. It's running a machine learning detection model, and when it detects a person 3 times in a row, it closes the lid. When it doesn't detect a person 3 times in a row, it opens. Yes.
So I have to like.
You have to, yeah, if you leave, if we do like this, it opens.
Oh.
Be careful, it bites.
I know, I know.
Yeah, you can grab a can.
Oh, I'll grab it. Thank you for the Kit Kat. That one is also taking pictures, right?
Yes, both are taking pictures.
Oh, I see.
This takes a picture, and right now it sends it to a server where all the machine learning stuff is running, and it returns the text to be printed.
Very interesting. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Can you tell us your name and what is your project?
Yeah. So my name is Adnan Aga. This is the big bass kissing fish. It was created in Daniel Rosin's physical computing class last semester. This was our first ever project where we integrated Arduinos, motors, as well as some custom audio to make an interactive fish exhibit.
How does it interact?
So, thanks. Yeah, I'm so glad you asked. So the user will walk up to the fish and press this big red button. When they press it,
Hey, come give me a kiss.
the fish will ask them for a kiss. And then the user just goes up and gives it a little smooch. But the great part about this is because ITP is such a multicultural place and we have a lot of different nationalities around, we wanted to make that apparent in our projects. And so we included
后来给我一个亲亲。
different languages in our fish, where you can continue to give it nice big old kisses. This was made with Addison Worthington as well. We were project partners for this, and we hope to add more languages to it, and to kind of reflect on the ever-growing nature of ITP.
I just heard Chinese. And it's very like authentic Chinese.
Nice.
Just saying.
Yeah, perfect.
I was wondering what's inside the fish that makes the fish like.
Yeah, totally. So inside the fish, we have a Arduino Mega. We have motors here and here. One to move the fish forward, and then one to move the mouth. We have a speaker and an SD card that holds all of the audio where the fish is saying, "Come give me a kiss." Do it one more time because it's fun. We can go and give it a nice big smooch.
가까이 와, 뽀뽀해줄게.
Ven, dame un beso.
Yeah, exactly.
This matches exactly what the fish is saying.
Yeah, that took a lot of time too. We wanted it to feel really authentic. So we're glad we worked hard on that because I think it makes for a better experience for people.
Very impressive work.
Yeah, thank you.
Anna.
Thank you.
Hello. Can you tell us your name and your project?
My name is Strong, and my project's name is the Tic-tac-toe thing, and it's an enhanced tic-tac-toe game using a microcontroller and light bulbs and switches. So basically, you invite another player to play this with you, and then the switch goes. It's a three-way toggle switch. There's the red switch, the idle, and then the blue switch. And basically, just like a normal tic-tac-toe game, if you line up, you win. And I'm introducing a new mechanism where you are given the chance to flip off your opponent's move as your defensive move. So basically, let's say this is blue's turn. Blue could be doing something like this as their defensive move. And yeah, that's it. So blue also has a winning sequence. Yeah.
I also saw the box. It's really nice fabricated.
Thank you. So I made everything from scratch. The side is a material called hardboard, and then the bottom and the top is made of acrylic.
So you intentionally put the transparent acrylic on the top, right?
Yeah, that was actually somewhat a coincidence and an intentional decision because originally I used the same material as the back. It was the only one that's available for me at the moment, but then I changed into the clear one because I accidentally broke the semi-clear acrylic, and it ended up being pretty good. I really like how it's transparent now, and you can see how messy my thought process was.
Yeah, it matches with the wood.
Thank you.
Same one. What are the two lights over here?
Right. So the green switch is where I call it like a teaching mode. So without the green switch, when pushed down, you could be doing anything you want without triggering the winning sequence. And that's, first of all, it's easier for me to debug. Second of all, it's also, like when you're teaching somebody, you want this flexibility of switches.
I see.
Yep.
Oh, very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, can you tell us your name and what's your project?
I'm Alex.
I'm Marjorie.
Oh, and I'm Iris.
And this is a project we made. It's called Boundaries. And it's basically like a lamp that turns off when you get close to it to try and teach people about unspoken boundaries and body language and just like all that stuff.
So how people are gonna interact with this?
So how it works is you walk close to it and it starts like behaving like a little bit like iffy on you. Like, how a person, if they're uncomfortable, they would be a little iffy on you. So like as a sign, like back off, and then like eventually it can turn off. And if you back away, it'll get brighter.
What's the mechanism behind this installation and how does it work?
So it's tracking the value of like the distance that you are from the light, and then it's sending that value into like the brightness of the lamp. Yeah.
Did you guys make the really beautiful shape, the sphere shape?
Oh, this we had to like buy that from a place. So it's because it's like glass. We had a prototype before. Yeah. So if you like, you can hear it.
The light inside.
Yeah. So we had to like use a higher powered light for that as well. We had a lot of trouble with that. Burned a lot of
through
stuff.
like 3 Arduinos doing this.
Yeah. Is it too high power?
Yeah.
What board you guys are using?
The IoT 33 nano.
Yeah.
Which is like the basic one, but
Yeah.
like now we're using a better transistor, so it's actually working.
Oh, nice. You guys figured out.
Yeah, we figured it out.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Hello. What is this? Can you
Um,
introduce it?
the name of this device is called First Attempt to Contact Alien. Um, what I want to recreate is the experience of sending a radio message to the space and finding a possible extraterrestrial alien life out there in the space. And here's the device. Um, the user can play with this. Do you want to try it? So by pressing these four buttons, you can move these little dots.
Ooh. Wow.
And by pressing this at the same time, using another hand, you can draw a pattern. Yeah, you can draw anything you want, like art creation or kind of stuff. So this is a pixelated art that you can draw here. And if you're unhappy about your art, you can click the clear button and clear the canvas. You can draw it again,
I see.
anything you want. And when you finish drawing, you can press that yellow button here. Yeah. When you press that, you can see the message has been sent in the browser, and here there's a visualization of the message sending through the space. And now you're just gonna wait for the response from Alien. Give it a few seconds.
Where did it go? Did it actually go?
No, no, actually go there. It's just a visualization. See, the alien has responded. And now you wait for a few seconds to see what message they send it back to you. Okay. This is just an alien message. You might not able to read it, but this is what they have sent it to you. Yeah.
Can anyone read the alien message? Is it randomly generated? It's like behind it?
Yeah, it's kind of random, but not exactly random, but kind of. You got the idea. Yeah.
This is also like rotating when I send the message.
Right. Yeah, it's just activated when you send the message. Start to rotate.
There are a lot of lights.
Yeah.
And did you get like a motor to make
Yeah,
it
there's a
work?
motor inside of it. Do you want to take a look? Or-
Can we?
Yeah, I
Oh,
can
it's
take this.
the behind the scene work.
Yeah, behind the scene.
Show
So,
it to
can I see it? So there are two motors on each side and the LED lights are here. This is the power bank that power the whole setup. Yeah. Back.
Did you also fabricate this cute little?
Yeah, I spent some time fabricate this so cute little human figure that represent yourself. And yeah, the message will start from here. Yeah.
So you're connecting a device to the internet.
Right. On the browser, if you refresh it, you can see a log of all the messages that have been sent by past human beings who have interacted with this. These are the time that the message being sent. You can see there's quite a lot of message here.
Yeah, I see it.
And if you send a message, you'll get an update here. And in the update, you can see the distance that your message have traveled. This is calculated by the speed of light because the radio message travel in speed of light. And at the bottom line, you can see the planet nearby. Right now it's Moon, and pretty soon it will reach Mars, and then Saturn, Neptune, other planets. Yeah.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
Interstellar Message Transmission Center.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Kind of make that interface to make user feel like you're actually sending the message.
Very cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wow, we're seeing two beautiful cushions, maybe? Can you introduce your project?
Yes. So this project is called Breathing Tech Pillows. So right here in the front is the first set of pillows. They are meant to be used in pair, and they are more for playful, like casual situations. And the other one is called Breathe at Work, and it's more focused on the workspace to tackle something that's understood as email apnea, which is that we often have shallow or no breathing when using screens and especially working. So this one, it's a wearable pillow. So do you want to put it on? So these guys are connected via Wi-Fi, and they have vibration motors in them.
I can feel it. It's
Can you?
vibrating.
It is. So they are connected via Wi-Fi, and if I squeeze them, Coco will feel, and if she squeezes, I'll feel. Do you wanna squeeze so I can feel? Nice. So this is the first interaction, and then here, Coco, there's a button. If we press it at the same time, then it goes to the core, which is the breathing guidance mode. So it will do. We have here a vibration motor matrix, which means there are a couple vibration motors, and they'll be like flashing out and then coming back in, and we are supposed to breathe in when it vibrates and breathe out when it stops.
Is it vibrating right now? Oh, it is. How do you make it vibrate? What's inside of the cushion?
So there are six vibration motors, and they are like individually controlled, and they have like different intensities. So I'm doing like a haptic animation.
Haptic animation.
Yeah.
Did you also sew the cushion by yourself?
Oh yeah, a dear friend helped me named Daniel Johnson. He's amazing. Yeah, no doubt. So do you guys want to move to the next one?
Yeah, let's go.
So
There's another cushion here.
So if this one is more for family situations, I guess, this one is for the workspace. So this is also haptics, but instead of vibration, I'm applying force using three inflatables that are placed inside this back support pillow. This is based on a piece of research in which the researchers were trying to encourage people that were learning how to sing to breathe from the diaphragm, and it applies force in the back of the on the center of the back to inhale, and on the sides of the back to exhale. So this again tries to tackle into the issue of inhale or screen apnea, and this roughly gets you to the optimum like 5 respirations per minute, which is the ideal. So the user would sit here, and he could like just be working, and I guess this double as a massager because it's kind of comfortable, and the subtle motions will like encourage you to inhale and exhale in the appropriate times. Yeah, you wanna try?
Oh yeah. I can feel it's like breathing in and out. So I would sit and then.
It's very subtle, but you might feel it. Here we also have a visual feedback,
Uh huh.
meaning that when it's blue, you should exhale, and when it's red, you should inhale.
I saw it. I feel it's like pushing my back, lower back, and it's very subtle. I like it. Yeah, it's soft. Wow. It's definitely hard work to make it so like like hand movement, but like very subtle.
Oh,
Right?
I'm actually using something called Programmable AR, which is by Amitabh, which is a former ITP student. Is a set of pumps and valves connected to an Arduino. It's very handy. It's inside that acoustic box there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That black acoustic box, right?
Yes, yes.
I see. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you very much. Okay, this project is called The Last Tree. Wow. Can you
Yeah.
talk us about the Last Tree project?
Yes. So in this project, we were talking about like this is the last tree on the earth, and then scientists are trying to protect the last tree, and then however the human interaction will influence this. So while the user is getting close to this, then the LED strip will change, and also there will be a mist coming out to represent the CO2 that human presented. So yeah, so basically we're hoping to revealing telling like the 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 relationship between human and nature, and then so users are actually like our human is actually influence the earth, and then so we're hoping to tell like everybody that we need to protect the earth.
Wow. So as I approach this,
Yeah, as your approach.
let me try it. So as I approach,
Yeah, as your approach.
oh, there are mists.
Yeah, the mist will come out.
Hmm.
See over there?
Yeah, and that's representing the CO2.
Yeah, that's represent the CO2
I see.
that human cause.
And then the lights also like represent how close I am to the tree, right?
To tell you like maybe getting like not to
Okay,
getting
look.
that close to
Okay, come
with
closer.
the nature.
Wow.
Like there might be some distance between the human and the tree.
And I'm far away, and then closer again.
Yeah.
Wow. Are the trees real trees?
Yeah, there are real trees, but we put a lot of dust that we collected and then put it up in here to see like this is the dust that humans are actually really created.
So it's pretty nice fabrication. It got like multi layers.
Yeah, thank you. And then we're hoping to see like to represent this is like a laboratory setting. Like we are really trying to protect the last tree on the earth. Yeah.
Very impressive.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello, can you please tell us your name and your project?
Yeah, my name is Changqi Yu, and my project is called Floating Monoliths, which I imagine in the future when human beings has abandoned our homeland, which is Earth, or expelled from the Earth and starting to find new places in the universe. So this is the model I rendered, which I believe the pyramid-shaped thing is like represents old civilization. We built pyramid 5,000 years ago, and those cross represents the human belief. And so this is basically a model of universe. And when we stare in this eye-shaped universe, we're staring in the history of ourselves and also universe. And this means galaxy, something like this. And then I just built this rendering into a physical model, which is this one. It's a use the function of electronic magnet, so the magnet can have it being floated, and which represent the human civilization and human gigantic architecture, like this one. Yeah, you can see from the bottom. It's
actually floating.
Yeah.
Above the wooden
Yeah.
board. Wow.
And this structure, which I imagine is a Dyson sphere, like inside Dyson sphere, there will be a solar system actually. Sorry, let me connect this. Like this is the sun, and a high-level civilization would be able to capture the energy emitted by the sun, and which could provide energy for interstellar traveling or something like that. And I'm using MQTT to light it up. So the sun will be captured by this gigantic architecture to capture the light of it, which yeah, in the future, which I imagine like tens of thousands of years in the future from now. Yeah, yeah, that's my project. Yeah, and I can demate like using another button. Sorry.
Wow, it's amazing. It matches perfectly with
Yeah, exactly.
3D animation.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of symbols. Are they planets?
Yeah, planets represent all planets in the universe, and this represents galaxy, and this crossing represents human belief, and this one represents human civilization, and this eye means the reflection of ourselves. When staring into it, we are staring into our history and ourselves.
Wow.
Like this is the history of human being, history of the universe.
Very beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello. Can you tell us your name and your project?
Yeah, sure. My name is Jung, and then my project is Squeak. So this project is for to talk about dolphin captivity. So I was like looking at how can children like below 11, like from 8 to 11, can participate and know about these issues while talking with this virtual dolphin that you're seeing. So this dolphin Kai is the nearest dolphin that lives up like near us. So I mean we are in like Brooklyn, right? So this is Kai coming from real database. And then what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be having conversation with dolphin.
Real-time conversation.
Yeah, let's say it's say, hi stranger, I'm Kai. You are who opened the magic portal, and then I'm gonna say, let's say what kind of like I'm gonna say, my name is Sophia. So like here you don't hear the sound, but like as you see, you'll be having a real conversation with it, and then this dolphin is gonna talk about one's life. So it's let's say, yes. So now let me just turn on the audio if that's possible. Oh, there's I think some sound over there. One second. Um. So by doing this, what you can also do is like you can like shout out for petition. So if you see here, these are the list of like people voicing out to make changes. Like there's Sam, Pauline who download this app. And so like here, what I can do is I want to make a change. And then I can say, yes. And I also said, yes, I have. I like to say, let's free the dolphins. Oh, that's yeah. It's like a little bit wrong message, but I'm gonna say yes. So as you see here, what you have made petition, it's gonna be also shared here. Let's say you just made a petition,
Oh, turn it
and
into text, right?
yes. So what you're doing is you're learning about this dolphin captivity while doing conversation, but you can do like very interactive petition where you can share with other worlds, and also you'll be able to like see what others people are like being participating in this movement.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you.
You can also play with the dolphin, right?
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of like interacting things like, hey dolphin, like come back, or you can say like, hey, what do you do at zoo? And then these dolphins are doing shows at dolphins, right? So they're showing like animation like rotating around, so something very weird for them. So to alert that these animals are not to be there. So and also like yeah, let's voice out for this issue. So that's the part of my project. Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
Very impressive.
Thank you so much.
Oh, the dolphin's so cute.
Right.
Did you make the model of the dolphin, like the animation?
The model I got it from internet, but like for the animation, I have yes made like those kind of movements and also rotating around. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Nice work.
Yeah. Thank you.
No.
Yeah, good enough, right?
You got it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready whenever.
Hello. Can you tell us your name and your project name?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Philip Cadu, and this is actually part of my thesis. This is Resilience A. It's a hologram sculpture using Pepper's ghost, and a piece of branch coral lives, dies, and regenerates based on how we interact with it and for how long. It's just one example of oceanic resilience in that many of the processes in the ocean, while they're often associated with weakness and fragility due to the way in which humans have affected the earth in what's called the Anthropocene, meaning a time in which a geological epoch in which human interaction and natural processes cannot be differentiated. In the wake of the Anthropocene, we've associated a lot of oceanic entities with weakness and fragility. So what happens here is whenever people interact with it, the coral begins to die. However, so long as there's even a single polyp remaining in the system, it will always come back to life. It's just a simple display of oceanic resilience. And if you look back through the ocean's history from now to colonialism to even the meteor that killed the dinosaurs, you'll see that no piece of history can be separated from the oceanic processes that exist. So it's just resilience A implies that there can be many other resilient features that can be explored through this process.
How the user is gonna interact with the
Yeah, so it interacts using a Kinect sensor, as you can see here. This Kinect sensor detects what or how many people are standing in front of it and applies a decay value to the coral. The more people that stand in front of it, the more and more it dies. This is the debug version, so you can actually see, although it's difficult to in this setup, you can see that there are values populating, and those are actually saying what the lifetime, how many people are in front of it, and how many coral polyps are actually alive at any given time. And the effect is Pepper's ghost. It's an illusion that they use at places like Disney in the Haunted Mansion. There's a TV screen up here that reflects through here, and it creates a 3D appearing hologram behind the reflective surface. If you were to use 4 different panes, you would get a further solid holographic effect, but it's financially prohibitive. Yeah.
How did you make the coral reef?
Yeah. So the coral was modeled in SideFX Houdini using, I think what's called an L system, and then a bunch of noise properties. And then the polyps, which are the small animals that make up an organism community in a piece of coral, are from the Niagara system in Unreal Engine. And I made one that populates along any mesh. So it's actually populating along the bleached coral, which you can see underneath it, which is like the skeleton of a coral.
To connect the Arduino, which is detecting the people with
It's
Unreal Engine, right?
Yeah, there's actually no Arduino. It's all running through Unreal Engine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Powerful Unreal is.
Yep. And Mad Mapper, which keeps crashing for no reason, and it was fine this morning. So, classic ITP. It was working yesterday, but this time it was working 2 hours ago.
You got it. Really, right?
Yeah, kinda.
Really nice work. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you tell us your name and your project a little bit?
Sure. My name is Zach Camp. My project's title is Laser Blast Shooting Gallery. It is an arcade-style first-person shooter game that puts you head-to-head with a buddy of yours to try and shoot as many targets as you can in 90 seconds.
Wow. Can we see what the shooting game looks like?
Absolutely. I've got my friend Coco standing right there. We're going to play some for you right now.
Okay.
Let's do it. You have to shoot your color target. So you're red, I'm blue.
Okay.
And then the purple targets are worth an extra 5 points.
Oh.
If you shoot the wrong color target, then you'll lose a point.
Wow.
Oh, you got that one before me. I thought I had it.
Or someone hitting 90. Oh, 100. Who's the red? Me!
Coco.
Oh, Coco, go, Coco. Oh, Coco, wow. 106. Oh! Nice, Coco, wow. Oh, I love this game.
Thank you very much.
Amazing. I also saw there's like
Yes, so
lights.
that actually indicates what the winning color is. So
Oh!
that's why it's red for Coco. There we go.
How did you make the game?
The whole game is made inside the Unreal Engine, so I actually had to take exact measurements of this space, recreate it digitally inside Unreal, where I worked on the gameplay mechanics for quite a long time. But I think as we just saw, it was pretty fun. So I think a well done job right there.
It's amazing. Okay, thank you, Zach.
Thank you.
We are ready. Is anyone there? Say again. What is? Say again.
Can you say it again? Is camera A alive?
Bruce, we are having a tough time understanding what's going on. So is camera A live?
Oh, can you tell us your name and your project?
Can you hear me? My name is Ziziwei, and my project is a Telepresence. They are two devices connected by Wi-Fi. So if this one is here and this one is like long apart, you can still feel each other. Like this one copies the movement of this one. Like you see, it turns. Yeah, it turns. This. Go this way.
It's copying what this hand is doing.
Yeah, and copy the hand gesture. Oh no. Yeah, like this. And if you hold this hand, I can feel the vibration on this hand. So I can
hold it.
Yeah, and I can move my finger.
Try.
So
Oh,
you feel me.
I thought. Oh, I feel it. I feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, you feel me. I feel you. So even though
Wow.
we are not in the same space, we can like
Still
be
hold each
present.
other.
Yeah.
Wow, it's really nice for like couples, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's no wires connect this
They
two
are
hands,
both
right?
connected to the power, but they two are not connected. They are connected by internet.
Oh, to the like.
Yeah, so they
Wow.
transfer messages online.
Amazing. So you also make the hands by yourself, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
So there are muscles you can feel.
Oh, there are also muscles.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel it, yeah.
I feel you. Yeah, I'm
You're
holding
holding
you.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really.
I can hold you like this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm holding you. You feel me?
Not yet. Oh, yeah, it turns. It turns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing. Wow, thank you. Nice work. Thank you. Hello.
Hi.
We're seeing a really nice visual here. Can you tell us your name and your project?
So my name is Rocky.
My name is Tony, and another our friend is May J.
Yeah, she couldn't make it today, but she'll be here tomorrow. Our project is called Gazebo. It's
It's a music video.
Yeah, it's a music video that we made in the platform called Unreal. It's a live 3D animation platform that we use.
Yeah.
We create everything visual here, including the character design, the set design, the lighting, the animation. A lot of the movement we made in the mocap studio in the R lab, and so we basically start with the music and then create everything visual. One part that we're not able to show today, but tomorrow, is that we actually have a controller, which it's a spinner that I have a picture of. I don't know if you can see. So I have a picture of the spinner. that is supposed to be put on top of this on this plate, and when you spin on it, it's a remote controller that can change the color of the character in the scene. So, which shows the power of the live processing of Unreal to allow audiences to engage with a very furnished visual piece as a performance.
And for the design, we try to keep all of the project, the physical part and the Unreal design part, the character and the scene all together. The concept is to keep a like simplism and freedom. We want because the music when we listen to it we kind of feel happiness and joyful. So we try to design it in colorful ways. And the character we are inspired by the, the Bauhaus ballet design one, which is really a good one. So you can see it's kind of proof.
Smooth. Is there like a storyline or people just follow the dancer through the things?
I think so. When we first start with the idea, we pick a music that's suitable for the length and the scope that we can handle. And then we started thinking about this character who is kind of like geometrical, like an abstract shape, but he then turned into multiple different characters, and he kind of ventured into these spaces, and then they converge into this single person again. And that's how we make it into a loop of one person, multiple, and then one.
Interesting.
So that's like I think it's more of an abstract storyline. Doesn't tell a very specific story, but it contributes to the general vibe of what we're trying to create.
I see.
Yeah.
Who's behind the ballet dancer? Who's doing the live performance?
It's Gong Gong. It's
Gong Gong.
another of our friends.
Yeah, it's one of
She's
our friends
really good at dancing, so we invite her.
She's a really good dancer, and she actually helped out a lot of other groups in our class.
Yeah.
Which is, Beauty Cinema Plus was big recommendation.
I actually joined 3 of the group to help them to dance.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ganga. Okay, amazing. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Hello. Can you tell us your name and your project?
Hi, my name is Julia Margaret Liu, and I have a collection of projects in the show. The title is called Thank You for Your Presence and Participation, and something else. And so I'm showing a video, that's me, about several projects, several performances that I did over the semester. And it's really about being at ITP in person again. It's about coming together with amazing colleagues, friends, peers, classmates, and taking advantage of that and what it means to be together. So the performances are about a bunch of different things, and they're across several classes too. So I was really thinking about performance this semester. And I also made this pop-up book, which is like another form of like in-person engagement, right? Like you want to be here and like interact with the pop-up book. So it's called Stevie's Places. And the story goes, hi, my name is Stevie. I live in this red house in a small town. It's very quiet and peaceful here. Sometimes I visit the big city. It's fun, exciting, bright, and stimulating every day and all night. And then Stevie moves.
Oh, it has light.
If you pull this tab,
I also really like your color combination of Stevie's places. This is orange, right?
yeah, it's an orange or a cutie. You know, like the little tangerines.
We were making the book. How did you figure out like how exactly the fountains and then they flowed?
It's paper engineering. It's like there are really simple like techniques to just make everything stand up, and basically it's just the way that everything sits together, right? You have all these different elements, and the way that they're attached to each other, really just it just powers the fold, and it's like, isn't it so cool to like?
Very smooth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here.
Yay!
Okay, go back. Oh, there's a magnet behind. I was like, it's like so hard to pull. Ugh. Let's go to the mountains. Okay, very nice work. Thank you, Julia. Hello. We're seeing really nice blue here. Can you tell us your name and your project?
Yeah. Hi everyone, my name is Yoni. My project is titled Sonic Abstractions and Manipulations. And what's going on here is basically it's an interface for converting really simple virtual 3D objects into sonic forms that you can hear through a speaker. And it's not as much about like creating sound using physical objects. It's literally taking 3D data and converting each data point into sound. So you're literally translating from one form of data to another.
I'm wondering what the sound may sound like.
Yeah, so I can give a live demo. So here's a tetrahedron. It's my personal favorite. It looks like this. You can change up the scale if you want. You can make it wider, taller. I'll keep it at the default for now. And the way this works is basically it uses a series of these lasers that you see here. These are called raycasters. They're basically virtual lasers. You can have up to 30 of them. So I'll choose this many. And when you scan, basically what happens is these lasers can detect the distance from the starting point to the end point. And they also know the rotation of the object. So when I hit scan, as the object rotates, they're essentially building up a huge collection of data points, which you can then basically group into lines like this. And so they're color coordinated. So the red lines up here created these red lines, and the blue ones down here created these blue lines. Right, and so you've converted a 3D object into a series of 2D lines. But what's cool about 2D lines is that sound is represented by lines. It's represented by waveforms. And so what you can do is you can sonify these series of lines. Which sounds like this. So what's cool about this is that the data has literally been translated. It hasn't been rearranged. Well, it has been rearranged. It hasn't been manipulated or edited in any sort of way. It's literally just organized in the format that is relevant to sound. And what you can do is you can apply all sorts of sound effects to your shape. For instance, here is a high-pass filter, which basically takes out the lower frequencies, which makes like a sharper sound. So here's how that sounds. So you hear how it's much sharper. But then what you can do is that since the data hasn't been really edited, it's just been rearranged, you can now basically put it back in the original 3D form. And you'll find that the original object has been distorted according to what sound filter you put on it, which will look like this.
Oh, that's the sound look like.
Yeah, so this was the original with no filters, right? It looks, very uniform. And now that it's been edited through a filter that makes the sound really kind of sharp and brittle, it now looks like this. So you can kind of see that it's a version of the original, but it's like really narrow. It's kind of, it looks almost more fragile in a way.
How does it edit? Like, how does it keep the original pieces and turn into something new?
Yeah, so basically, so the data is grouped up by lines here in the interface, but it's represented as just a series of points, almost like a point cloud, which is basically just a series of points along the surface of the original object. And then basically using so a little bit of simple trigonometry, you can convert from a 3D point into basically one instant in this in one of these graphs here. So this is like a series of graphs. You can see how it's kind of going back and forth. So basically each 3D point, taken from somewhere around the surface of this object is translated into like one instant along this graph, right? And then you can change the graph by applying filters, and then you literally just reverse the equation, and then you end up, back in the original form, but just different according to the filters that you put on it.
Wow, amazing work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Can you tell us your name and your project?
Sure. Hello, I'm Lucas, and I co-created Forage AR with Henry here. And shall I just describe it? Or yeah, so we were motivated by the research question of the limits of human intelligence and the idea of a speculative fungi computer. So some researchers are actually studying if fungi process information in unique ways, and you could potentially communicate with it, and it would maybe ask it questions, and it would give you new perspectives. So this is a speculative interface. Starts out with like a grounding little ritual. The previous participant will have written down maybe some reflections on a mushroom in this pot of soil from Greenwood Cemetery, which is also, we're kind of recreating this mycelial network, which is like the underground kind of brain of the mushroom that connects the forest. And Greenwood Cemetery in Brooklyn is where we got the soil. And also we have this 3D scan that as you basically walk around and use your phone for feel first AR, so you're feeling for vibrations. There's an invisible mushroom that when you overlap with it, a piece of this AI folktale. So we created an AI model based off of mushroom anthropology texts that summarized like its own kind of narrative of like 5 little sentences. So as you forage each invisible mushroom, a piece of the cemetery gets revealed, and a part of the story plays back in the headphones. And yes, so we're trying to just
Oh, now the map is complete.
aesthetically explore this idea of the speculative fungi.
What are the floating points? Are they the?
Yeah, so that's the representation of the mycelial network, which is like a underground threading that apparently in every, about like on average every cubic foot of soil that you find anywhere, there's like 80 miles or something of this invisible or very thin thread of mushroom. Yeah, so we were just fascinated by learning that in our biomaterials class.
Wow.
And also wanted to just bring together a lot of different mediums like Unity, do a kind of unusual AR with haptic feedback instead of just visual.
So the phone will vibrate, is it right?
Yeah, so as you get into the core of the mushroom, the vibration increases, and once you get into the center, you collect the mushroom. And then,
I see.
yeah.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lucas.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Harry.
Yeah. Take care.
Hi. Can you tell us your name and your project?
Hello, my name is Shirley, and this is my 2 projects, collectively titled Transitions, because they are both explorations of my transitioning from San Francisco to New York to be here, and also kind of the transition from pandemic into hopefully post-pandemic. Yeah, so this one is called Wonder. So it is kind of an exploration of my relationship with the outside world. So each of these dots represent a photo I took over the course of 4 years. And the closer it is to the center, the closer to home I was when I took the photo. And then the further away, it means I took them on vacation. So pre-pandemic, I used to love going outside. I used to find like a really sense of wonder about a lot of the things outside. And sometimes I would take a photo. But then the pandemic happened and we couldn't go outside anymore. And then, and even after the pandemic, I found it kind of scary to go outside. And I realized that one of the small things I lost because of the pandemic was this sense of wonder. So that's why during the pandemic times, I have a water dripping to distort the image, kind of like a metaphor for how the co- pandemic distorted, I feel like, my perception of reality. Um, and then that one is, I call it light. And it is, should we move over there? So this one is completely solar powered, and during the day, it logs from sunrise to sunset. It logs every time my apartment saw sun, and then at sundown, it replays the entire day across a minute. Um, so hopefully you can see, like, sometimes the light comes on. That's when there was sunlight in my apartment. So this is currently replaying March 29th. Um, yeah. So this one is kind of like when I moved here, I really prioritized like an apartment with a lot of sunlight, because the apartment I used to have in San Francisco was a little bit darker. So I kind of associated it with being in the pandemic. And so I got a really, really sun-filled apartment. And then I'm never home because I'm always on the floor. So yeah, I think everybody. So this is kind of like a way to capture the sunlight in my apartment and then be able to see it replayed through the day. Yeah, so there's actually the solar panel is back here, and then there's a basically like a breakout board that both charges the battery from the solar panel, and also it has some really simple information about whether it's charging, whether it sees good light. And so I'm taking that data and then I'm sending it to my server via Wi-Fi to log that data, and then that same server is how I'm telling the device to replay the data. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Hi. Oh. Hello. Can you tell us your name and your project?
Yeah, so the name is Get Moving. Is it the camera there? So yeah, it is an interactive dance piece where people can participate and like have some movements inside, and they're tracking both your hands and your feet movement and also your hand movements. And there are three different kinds of visuals inside this piece. So it's going to be switching between three modes. And right now this is the first mode. You can see we can leave traces on the ground, and multiple people can also be drawing in the same time. So this is the mode one. The second one is you are going to have like a triangle shape of your own body projected on the ground. And the third one you just saw is a particle system, and you can see like different color of particles coming out from your body. Yeah, that's the three modes I'm using right now, and I hope to develop more in the future. And so the main purpose is to get people moving and to like really have fun in this project. Yeah. Thank you.
How's your name and your project?
Hello, my name is Viola, and this is a collaboration project, Shadow Scaffold. Oh, okay. Oh, so Shadow Scaffold is a kinetic sound interactive thing where you crank this little crank, and the light is gonna light up. So this simultaneously is an electricity generator, but it also like rotates the little light, and it's gonna create sound depending on the light sensors over here, and you can hear it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Oh no, that's just a pattern that I made. Um, yeah, because the concept of it is scaffolding, right? Like in New York, there's a lot of scaffoldings around. So this is like intentionally like exposed and like very industrial looking. And it's like the labor of cranking itself that creates anything. So it's like you have to crank really, really hard to make like a difference in sound. Um, so yeah, the pattern is just like some scaffolding inspired flower patterns. Yeah, it's only like a linear moving motion. But this right now is a little stiff. If it's like softer, then it's probably gonna rotate around more like this. But right now it's more like linear. Wait, they just left.
Thank you. Good work.
Thank you.
Hello. What's your name?
Julian.
What's your project?
Yeah, my project is called Acidcam. It's basically OTV based webcam that's audio responsive, and so you can see like this. Yeah. Yeah, it's according to the webcam and the colorful effects, the triple effects based on what song I'm playing. So I can change the sound. So if I stop the sound, it goes like this. Yeah,
Stops like.
yeah, and you can talk to this if you want to try.
Oh, I'll try it.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, wow. Hello. Oh, the image is different. Hi there. Oh,
Yeah, so it's basically audio responsive. Yeah.
So you're mapping the audio.
Yes, I'm mapping the amplitude to the chroma key and yeah, so like just how much filter I'm gonna use. Yeah, it's simple, but I think it's quite effective.
Wow, very nice work.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
now, or
Yeah. Hi, can you briefly introduce yourself?
hi, I'm Vivian. I'm a creative technologist, and I generally like to do AR VR things and mixed reality stuff. That's my main medium, and I usually like to create experiences that evoke empathy and help other people understand better from different perspectives. So that is mainly what I do. Yeah.
Cool. Can you tell us about your project?
Sure. So this is a collection of AR experiences that push for social good or utility and like education. So the first project over here is Dare to Dream. It is an interactive story piece. So for example, you can see it over here. So you can use like a real dollar bill as well. And so now they're asking you to look for a Trader Joe's bag.
Oh, that's
Cute. Yeah, and it works on any Trader Joe's bag as well, so you can try this at home. You just need Snapchat and this code.
so it's like everyone can like test it on.
Yes, everyone can test it out on Snapchat. You just need this code over here. Yeah, and just try it out and let me know how you think. It's basically a concept of escaping the corporate world and chasing your dreams. A lot of people at Trader Joe's actually work part-time at Trader Joe's and are chasing their dreams. So that was my main like inspiration. Yeah. And for this one, I'll just briefly like go through it. But this one is like learning languages in AR. So what it does is it uses machine learning to just like you scan the room and like it'll tell you the different things in that language, and you can kind of like play back what it reads, so you can see the words and also hear it, and then you test yourself. So there's a toggle where you can test yourself, and yeah, and you get like a yeah, it's right, that kind of thing at the end. So that is one part of this. And the other one is a multiplayer AR space where you can kind of like meditate together and like drop objects and trigger the sounds. So the sounds are like healing sounds, like the singing bowl or like breathe in, breathe out, that kind of like voices. And so you can like customize your experience with your friends in this AR space. You can do it like remotely. Or you can do it alone, you can do it remotely, you can do it in person. Many options for that. So yeah, that is my entire AR collection, trying to push for social good. Yeah.
So good. So do you wanna like introduce another project of yours?
Oh yeah. Oh, just right now we're live, right? Oh, okay.
So is this VR?
Yeah, this is VR.
Oh, okay. So Sharon, do you wanna play test it?
You wanna try play test? Do you know the controls?
Kinda.
Okay. So what you can do is grab things and put things down with like no, it's not. So you can grab things with um sorry, my bad. Right? Oh, okay. It's upside down.
Yep.
So you can grab things from with this button or
Okay.
the one below here.
Yeah.
Vic- So Vivian,
Yes.
can you briefly introduce your
Yeah, sure. So this project is it's called Ignite, and it's I wanted to create this experience where you can kind of meet your inner child, and like how all these like negative words we have around ourselves, and we tell ourselves all these words, and so like meeting your inner child, being surrounded and being chained by all these words, I guess will like gives you like this immersive VR experience where you can like physically do something to have those words change in front of you. So that is the I guess like gist of it. And you kind of like pick up the flames and put it in the right like bonfire, and then it will unlock like the chain, and like the words will like shift into something positive, and in the end like it's like a happy ending. So this is something that I want to bring further in the future, like maybe working with therapists, like in therapy itself with the patients, they can choose their own words and have them see it change by themselves, like right in their eyes, especially in VR because it's so immersive. So yeah, I think that is mainly my project for Ignite. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sharon. Hi, can you briefly introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Sarah Elix. I'm a first year ITP student.
Okay, so can you introduce your project to us?
Yeah, sure. So I made a children's pop-up book for a class called Paper Engineering and Designing for Children. And this is the book I made. It's all using the sort of paper dissolve technique, which is a technique from the 19th century, and it was like some of the earliest forms of animation. So if you use the pull tabs, you can kind of see these different scenes. And yeah, it's all about this young girl named Frankie, who is someone who's struggling with expressing her emotions. And that was something that I was inspired by, like the form, like because everything is like concealed and then revealed. I wanted to write a story about someone who's like learning how to kind of reveal their own feelings. Yeah.
Do you want to show some?
Yeah, sure. All these pages were like hand cut, hand assembled. Um, there's 8 pages, so I think that ended up being about 64 pieces of paper that all had to get kind of glued and put together. And yeah, I made 8 pages. This is also can I show the mechanism? Yeah, so this is just a mock-up of the behind mechanism. So you can see that like each page has an illustration that's mapped onto sheets like this. And then the base page also has 2 sheets, like a base page and then 2 sheets cut out here. And then this gets woven into that. Yeah. So lots of hand assembly. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
Cool. All right. Thanks, guys.
Hi, can you briefly introduce yourself and your project?
Hi, my name is Maya Williams. I am a first year ITP student. This project is called Where Does Anxiety Live in the Body? It is 32 days of exploring how anxiety physically manifests in the body as a way of engaging the practice of noticing to gain further insight on mental health. It started off by journaling for 32 days about my experience with anxiety and then creating these collages that highlight each of the days. Because they're on transparencies, they can be looked at in chunks of time. So like this is representing all the Tuesdays, this is representing all the Wednesdays. So you can kind of start to explore patterns and relationships with anxiety. For me, this was really insightful because it let me really visualize his experience over time, but also forced me to engage in my own experience of noticing and keeping a focus on my body mind. A lot of people seem to connect with that concept, so I've been developing a workbook and a workshop around the same practice. In the workbook, you start by engaging in a 7-day journaling exercise where you document your own experience with anxiety and its physicality. And then it culminates with a collage workshop where people gather together to make these collages on transparencies. The idea is to create a space for collective healing, but with a very low pressure, where you're not having to talk about what your experience was with it, but it can come up. But mainly you're focused on the task of crafting and reflecting your experience.
Thank you so much. Hi, can you briefly introduce yourself and what your project is about?
Hi, my name is Kevin, and my project is called Hummingbirds. So, Hummingbirds is a sort of a role playing experience where you become the hummingbird and you get to take this flight path into uh, the tabernacle of flowers. So, if you were able to turn the camera around, it's over there. um, but So each of the parts on the flight path is a poem, and like if you read through the poem, you get a sequential story about what happened on the state experience. So I really want to bring viewers back to the feeling of puppy love, but also a realistic ending. So that's my project.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you hear?
There's the
Yeah, because we need to like. Hi, can you briefly introduce yourself and what your project is about?
Hi, my name is Yan. This is my project. It's a moon phase viewer. Currently today is full moon, so it's showing the full moon right now, and it's a slow test device. It will update pixels by pixels and change the moon phase. And currently for proper showing, it's update pixels every 10 seconds. But for daily use, I will update it like every 3 minutes, so it won't distract your attentions. It will become a small IoT device at your home, and it's also powered by solar panel. So if you put near the window at your home, it will be a super cute add-on I got for your desk. Right now, like here, the far right, because today is full moon, so it's slowly eating the moon face right now.
Cool. I saw there a bunch of stuff. Is this all?
Called replasticing jewelry. They are made from the felt 3D prints from the NYU's maker space. Because 3D printing is become so accessible right now, and people print lots of them. And the most common use is a POA, but people usually treat POA as a single-use plastic, so there's a lot of waste just produce from academic to industry. So I want to make a kind of solution that makes give some values of the POA and then remake some jewelries from it, like people can wear it and raise the awareness of how humans impact on the environment.
Okay, so is this for just for show or for people to buy?
It's actually a free giving during the spring show. If you like to have one, you can have one, and please send me a photo, maybe on Instagram. My Instagram is at ss.syan, so I can gather some user feedback for future project improvement.
Okay, thank you so much. Hi, can you guys briefly introduce yourself and what this project is about?
Yeah, I'm Adnan Aga.
I'm Zoe Cohen, and our project is based on like the commodification. Oh, hold it. The commodification of women's bodies and how we consume them when we go to museums, and also don't give space to women artists um, in museums. So as you look at it, it's water drips on it, and the statue slowly dissolves into nothingness. So we're hoping to kind of give like a voyeuristic feel and like have our viewers feel almost guilty for looking at the statue, and like think about how their gaze um, like can take away from the original image.
Yeah, so this project was created in Yessel's Intangible Interactions class. It features an Arduino, a water pump, as well as a sensor, a proximity and light sensor, right up here at the top. What happens is, as the viewer gets close to look inside, the sensor will activate, and then we'll trigger the mechanism inside, which is the dripping of the water as well as the spotlight turning on. But it only turns on when the viewer is looking. When they're not, the light turns off and the dripping turns off.
So inside of it is a bath bomb that fizzles and slowly dissolves. Originally, we used cotton candy, but when it got humid, it shriveled away and turned into just like a lumpy rock. It didn't hold the form. And also it dissolved like immediately. So the bath bomb takes a little longer to destroy so that more people can see it and enjoy it. And like really tell what it is, what the shape is that they are destroying. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, can you briefly introduce yourself and what your project is about?
Okay, sure. My name is Echo, and then I'm a graduating ITP student, and then this is my thesis. It's about I've really been a huge fan of mukbang, and then I think it has been marginalized into sexualization, and then it's mostly focusing on East Asian female. So I think by actually watching mukbang by them, we're actually consuming their body. So that's why I rendered like TikTok videos, and then I changed their body into food, and then I also printed out a lot of sexualized food to compose this a table of food, and then for the audience to be turned into a mukbanger to consume her body. Yeah, that's pretty much everything.
How do you make this, like this TikTok videos and all the 3D printing?
So for the TikTok video, I used Unreal Engine to render them, and then for the 3D printed food, I some of them are 3D scanned, and then some of them are collected from internet, and then I 3D printed all of them. Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Got it. Thank you so much. Hi, can you guys briefly introduce yourself and what this project is about?
Uh, Hello. Okay. My name is Sophia Baker.
I'm Suraj Bharti.
I'm Sharon Mohandas.
And our project is called I Perceive. And we've based all of our interactions off of the traditional I Spy game, where you find hidden objects. So we have three different mediums. We have the traditional I Spy book, we have an interactive projection, and virtual reality. The objective is to see how our perception changes through different levels of immersion.
So, do you guys wanna like say anything?
Whatever she said.
Oh, okay. So, what, like, how can you make this? Like,
I mean, so we have one more teammate, Zeal, who's currently not here. Zeal, if you're watching, hi. This one, the projection mapping was made with a projector and a Kinect. The Kinect is used to map the height, and we build a threshold, and we define a threshold, and whatever's in that threshold, then it checks for the object, whether it's there, and if it is there, it turns green. Otherwise, it just gives a sound feedback. VR?
And so for the VR, we have the same scene with different hidden objects rearranged. All of these scenes were made in Unity. And we've rendered out a still frame for the book, a moving image for the projection, and then the VR is fully immersive. Cool.
thank you so much. Thank you. Hi, can you briefly introduce yourself and what this project is about?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Daniel Ryan Johnston, and this project is a visualization and a data tracking of my arthritis. So I have psoriatic arthritis in my hands, and I developed a way of originally a visualization, and so it'll light up where I have pain, and it's a pneumatic. It's currently not necessarily working, but the inflation represents the inflammation, and so as it inflates over time, it'll start to break down the embroidery, and this is all a free motion embroidery sculpture, so it's all embroidered flat and then sewn together, and yeah. And the other aspect of it, this is for like data collection, so I can be more aware of like the things when pain is in my hands and when I have inflammation, and so I kind of keep like a data tracking of it. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Good.
Just give me a second, because I hate this. Okay, I'm ready.
Hi, can you introduce yourself, please, and the name of your project?
Hi, my name is Rebecca Melman, and this is my thesis project, Infinity Zoom.
Okay, can you tell us what is it about? What's the main idea?
It's a riff on a VR headset and Kusama's infinity mirror rooms, and it's playing with notions of the self and the selfie and surveillance, and also the process of narcissistic gratification and mortification that occurs simultaneously when you're looking inside of the piece. So on the inside, it might be kind of hard to see with the camera, but there's mirrors on all sides. And then in the bottom, there is a screen that is projecting a video of you looking inside of the box itself. So there's this process of seeing yourself in the first person, seeing your face, but then also seeing yourself in the third person, seeing yourself from behind in this kind of uncomfortable position. And it's been really fun to see the responses that people have, because some people are immediately interested and excited and they want to take a selfie and they want to take a picture, and then there's other people that are like, oh god, this is horrible, I hate this, I don't want to see myself like this. So it's been really, really interesting to see.
Okay, thank you so much for the project. It sounds very fun, and the response of people was very amazing.
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, I will post online with my thesis project some essays that I've written. That'll probably give some better context to the research that I've been doing for the last year and a half.
Thank you so much, Rebecca.
Bye, guys.
Okay, whose project?
Hello, my name is Pedro. I'm working this project together with Bowie, Zoe, and Yuhan. This is Mindfulness, a playful introduction to meditation. This project was developed in collaboration with the Mindful Education Lab here at NYU, and it aims to create a situation to get people first started with mindfulness practices. So first, here we have a set of 2 EMG sensors that should be placed on the forehead to measure muscle activity. The idea is that being able to be mindful of your facial tension is a social emotional skill that would be very interesting to encourage children to develop. So we can think about mindfulness as a type of non-judgmental attention. And this is what we try to create here. When the 2 users are ready and place their headbands, they press this button and they will be followed up to an onboarding process, which involves them first flexing their forehead in a way that alters those shapes. Then first the one on the left, then the one on the right, and then after that, they have an introduction to mindfulness practice. So let's see if you can work with me right now.
Start by bringing awareness to your facial tensions. As you do so,
So as I relax, the shape becomes bigger, and if I flex my forehead, then the shapes become smaller. And this basically encourage the person to have a playful attitude towards paying attention to their forehead. This experience lasts about 2 to 3 minutes, and after it, we encourage the users to go outside where they will receive a medal, and in their medal they will have a code that allows them to access the collective mindfulness website. Do you guys want to go there?
Yeah, sure. Let's go on.
So I think Zoe can take.
So after the in-person installation experience, you can just experience our extension part on our website. And so after that, you'll get a medal like this, and there'll be a IP address that you can access to our website. And we have two parts online. First is the introduction, which contains the project proposal, the background, and the researches, and also some cases. And the other part is that we also have a multiplayer online virtual space, which needs you to tap in the code when entering the space, like this. Yes. So yes, so this person is now standing there. That's a player, and if you have time, just explore it, and you'll find when you get closer to the moon, yes, there'll be another space that contains more scientific researches about this project. Yes, so maybe in the future, we will connect the EMG sensor with the website to make it more like a metaverse. Yes, okay. That's it.
Thank you so much for your
Thank
project.
you. Thank you.
Just give me a second. Wait, no.
So hi, this is our project, the dream house of the IoT. So basically, we're just trying to use the different sensor to express that the Arduino or the machine can dream. So all those sensors here, all those like image here are generated by the GANs, by the machine learning, and it's living. So you can see like if I use my hands here, you can see the lights goes down and the picture just goes down because it's like living generated, and we use the machine learning to generate different things to express that is the machine is streaming, like the Arduino is streaming. So this is the light sensor. It can detect light. You can see like here now, because like we do have large light here, so it just generates something about. You can see here. They do have the words generated here, and it talk about I dreamed a white emperor here in the morning, so it just seems something here. But if I have my hands here, you can see it's just going dark and dark. Yeah, because the light changed. And it will collect the data in meaning. So if the meaning change, if I still hold my hands here in the one meaning, then it will just generate some sort of picture, like the night, like the something about dark. And this is the like temperature sensor. So we just do the same thing, but we want to use different sensor to generate like different stuff here to express the like different thing. You can see now, yeah, because I hold hand here and it generates something about light and dark.
Okay.
Yeah, and
This,
these are all run by machine. Nobody like drawing that. Those are drawing by machine. Yeah.
Okay, this sounds very interesting. Thank you for showing us.
And yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have another thing here?
We don't have time. We're
Oh,
like. Oh, no. It's live. Okay. It's live. Hello. Hi. Hi. Can you tell us the name, your name and the name of the project, please?
My name is Vesper. The name of the project is called Touch Me Not.
Mm-hmm.
It is a interactive web page that can allow like users to see other people's like keystroke on time. So like as you're typing, other people can see it. You can't really see. And in the meantime, if you hit return, other people can read your message on their title tab here. Like technically, you can't really see your own message, but like for this updated version, I like activate it so like it'll be easier for people to type things down.
Mhm.
But this idea of this project is about like feeling each other's
Mhm.
expression in alternative way and to let words out like easier and more intuitively.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to focus on like the virtual tangibility of words instead of the image of words themselves.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So when you do something on your
So
side, the
as I'm typing, they can see it, and as they're typing, I can see it as well.
Okay. Oh, this looks very cool. Wow.
Also, like the typing sound of other people can only
Yeah.
be heard from my end, but like while I'm typing, I can hear my own typing sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for this project. It sounds very awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Sean. Can you tell us your name? Okay, already. Sorry, can you introduce yourself and the name of your project?
Yeah, hi. My name is Sean Zhu, and this is my project Phil. It's also I'm a second year ITP student, so this is also my thesis. Phil is a distraction-free computer interface. This is a interface that cannot possibly be distracting. Do I get to talk more, or is this all the time? Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. So basically, Phil is meant to solve this problem. You try to open your phone, and you get oops. Technical difficulty right here. Let's see, never seen that one before. Wow. Yeah, just a second. Uh, Whatever, just look at my speaker notes. Phil is meant to solve this problem where you're greeted by a notifications when you open your phone. So what you want is that you want it to, you're trying to get something done. It's so weird that your phone shows you notifications when you open it. So instead, what we have is, oh, Mike, hello. What we have is Phil. Phil is, let me fix my slides really quick, actually.
Wait, do you want us to show how it works on your computer?
I would love to. I think the slides, I think it actually just glitched right now, which, folks, this is something that might happen if you're just, presenting live. Let's, oh, there we go. Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, so you're greeted with a lot of distractions, and how Phil solves this is that when you open your phone, you don't have anything. This is a notepad, and you can write whatever you want. So let's say you want to take some notes, you can do that. It lets you write down what you want to do.
Okay.
Let's say you want Phil to do something for you, like set a timer for 5 minutes. So you can do that as well, and you just tap that, and if you press this kind of run or play button, then Phil recognizes the task and does it for you.
Okay.
Let's look at live.
Thank you.
Oh, that's all.
Thank you so much for the project. Yeah, it
Awesome.
sounds very awesome. Hi, can you please introduce yourself and the name of your project?
Yeah, so I'm Kelly. I'm a second year IMA student. This is a personal project that I did. It's called the Silent Orchestra.
Okay, can you tell me more about this?
Yeah, so it's inspired by a book called The Phantom Tollbooth. It's like my favorite childhood book. And there's this scene where Milo, the main character, has to conduct the silent orchestra, which plays color instead of sound. And he tries to conduct the sunrise, but he doesn't really know what he's doing, and so he messes up a bunch. And so in this game, I challenge the user to conduct the orchestra.
Okay.
And they control it using the keyboard. So, do you
How
want me
do
to
people
demo
react
it?
to it?
Yeah, they think it's cool. I heard a lot of people who said it would be interesting for
You can
like
also try it
children.
out
Oh, okay.
for us.
Okay, so it will indicate like these keys that you can press. You can either use the keyboard or you can use the mouse. And I made all these graphics by myself.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you can also read along with the scene and the story. And I'll also show you what it looks like if you like press the wrong key. So yeah, this is like it kind of happens in the book, and so I thought it would be interesting to like translate this analog media into more like immersive experience because the book is in black and white, so you can't really see.
Okay. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your project.
Yeah,
and
thank
to
you so
share with
much.
us. Hi, can you please introduce yourself and the name of your project?
Yes. Hi, my name is Mingren, and I'm a sophomore studying at IMA. My project is called City of Imagination, and it's basically a website that I've created for people to browse through random images of fictional cities that are generated from a style game model. And it is done using machine learning. So this model has been trained for more than 100 hours using approximately 5,000 images collected like at iconic cities worldwide. And
Can we
what?
see?
Yes. So what you see here, like you can also is are some of the sample generated images. Like every time when you click like the generate button, it's going to randomly brings up random images of the cities that like kind of generated from the model. And you can like the idea is that like I'm thinking to create this for people to save it either for like inspiration for architects or for game developer, they can use it for their game backgrounds. So yeah, so as you can see, like you can also like download like the one you like and then like continue to browse and then like download one. So like in the about page, there's basically explain like kind of like what's behind the scene. So this is more of an example of an unsupervised machine learning, and it basically works with two neural networks. One is called a generator, and then the other is called a discriminator. So the job of the generator is to generate images, like identify patterns from the data set, and then generate images based on those patterns for the discriminator to tell whether that images are real or not. And this process is going to go over and over again until the generator, like discriminator, can no longer tell that images are real. And yeah, and which is what you're seeing here, like the results from the homepage. And my website is called thisplacedoesnotexist.com. And like if you visit this website on the desktop, you can actually like browse through the images and then like download the one you like.
Thank you so much. It sounds fascinating.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Dave. Can you tell us more about your project?
Hi, sure, I'd love to. So this is my project for ITP thesis, and it's called Bitbeat, and it's a little minimalist live coding tool that I made, and yeah, I guess the reason I made it is that I made it in a way that it can run on old hardware. So it runs on my computer, but and most computers, but it also runs on yeah, my Nintendo DS from 2004, and
Can
yeah.
you show us how it works, like on the screen?
Yeah, so it's called Bitbeat. You program rhythms with hexadecimal numbers. So if I write something like this, this hexadecimal number, the bits correspond to when a rhythm will be played or not. You can give it pitches in MIDI values, something like this. It's got a bunch of different. So there you go. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dave.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank side, right?
Yeah, sure.
And
sure.
then the camera gonna get. Hi, can you introduce yourself and the name of your project, please?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Adnan Aga. This is Opposite Telephone. This is an interactive phone installation that invites users to talk to the operator of everything. This was made for Danny Rosin's physical computing class last year for our first semester at ITP.
Oh, this is cool. Do you mind inviting us inside?
Yes, please go in.
Yeah, okay.
I am the operator's assistant. Please take a seat, pick up the phone, and follow the instructions. You will probably need 2 hands for this experience. So if someone would be able to assist, or I can assist. I will assist, please. Please restart and make sure the click is felt. Please restart your number. My apologies, but we will need to restart it. You may begin. Please dial by pressing into the key switch. You will feel a click. Please wait until the beep is heard on the phone. You can continue. Your number is 6866876967. Is that correct?
Yes.
To confirm, 686-687-6967.
Confirm.
Congratulations, your name is not associated with your number.
That's amazing.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Oh, hi.
Would you like to introduce yourself and the name of the game?
Okay, so my name is David Leva, and the name of my game is called Rollerhead 2.0. Yep. And
Can you tell us more about the game?
yes, sure. So Rollerhead 2.0 is supposed to be inspired by the rollable tutorial, like the famous rollable tutorial in Unity, but this time it's like an Easter holiday theme, in which you have like a head bus that the player controls, and it's supposed to collect all of the eggs in the scene so that the player can win the game. But there, sure, yeah. Yeah, so the WASD buttons here, it it moves the player up, down, left, right, like the head bus. You see, up, down, left, right, and then like the joystick is supposed to tilt the the game surface depending on which axis you tilt it in. You move the joystick on. It tilts us in different directions. You see, like this. Yeah, and it gets more challenging every time you try to collect it, because then it's so easy for the player to die. Like.
That sounds very interesting. Thank you so much for showing your project.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Cassandra, for interviewing me.
Hi, can you please introduce yourself
Yep.
and the name of the project?
Absolutely. My name's Addison Worthington, and this is my project I made with Dave Stein and Ginny Kang. This game's called Shoots and Splatters. It was made for the new arcade class for this semester. Basically, what it is a top-down four-person shoot 'em up, twin stick shooter. So you use both the left joystick to move around the playing field, as well as the right joystick to move your aiming, shoot, as well as dash. The objective is to knock the other players off of the stage. There's a couple different stages, and if you want to come take a look at the game itself as we're streaming it, we can kind of show it off. Guys, just wait for just a second. So to demo the game, if you want to come closer, you can get a look at it. So basically, you've got four different players, up to four different players. There's 2 players to start. It's the base required. You can see all 3 of us are currently moving the marbles. You can aim and then shoot with the right trigger, and the idea is to shoot or dash the other person off. So each character has 3 lives. So you can see each person's going against each other. I just fell off. And now it's Ginny and Dave left at the game. So part of the fun of it is the physics elements that we've used. We used Unity, and we used the 2D workflow with Unity to give us the most flexibility. So it looks like Dave's the winner for this round. Yeah.
Sounds awesome. What was the response of the people?
A lot of people really liked it. I think from everything from the game, the music, as well as the decals, which Jeannie handled, and Dave did the music. I think everybody really liked it and had a fun time with it. Obviously, there's still a lot more we can do with it, and we're planning on improving the game and possibly making another cabinet. But for the moment, we're very happy with how it turned out, and I think it's had a lot of fun. Everybody's had a lot of fun with it. So yeah.
Thank you so much for showing it.
Yeah.
Hi, can you please introduce yourself, the name of your project?
Hi, I'm Shiva, and this is Arcade Fight Sticks, where I just make arcade fight stick controllers for fighting games like Street Fighter. That's all I do.
Wow, great. Do you mind showing us?
Yeah. These are 4 controllers I made. This one's pretty like typical, as you might recognize it. This is made out of wood. This is another controller, except it's made out of cardboard using a graphics card packaging that I found. Um, this is like a different type of controller I made. It's kind of unique, but it is a made out of recycled plastic, where I melted down plastic into sheets and then I laser cut it. And that one is an acrylic one that uses mechanical keyboard switches that you'd find in like a keyboard. And you can use all these to play video games and just have fun.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. And anyone can build it. Like this took me 2 hours to make, and all I needed was a drill. So anyone can make a controller if they wanted to.
Oh, this is incredible. How did people react to it?
I think people like it. At least you can have fun, right? You can just play the game. I think the reception's good enough, so I'm having a good time.
Thank you so much for sharing. That's the most important thing. Yeah, bye. Hi, Brandon. Can you tell us more about this project?
I would love to. So Handling is a first-person arcade game that is also my thesis project at NYU. I made this as part of the new arcade class with Mark Claybach. And the game puts the player in a first-person experience sorting boxes on an assembly line, and is based on some research I've been doing around Amazon to better understand their treatment of employees in their fulfillment centers.
I can see it's very hard for people to play.
It is difficult, yes. So the interface for the game uses hand tracking with a Leap Motion controller,
Okay.
and it's a little tricky.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever win this game?
There's no way to win, unfortunately. Yeah, a little secret. There's no win state. If you can manage to stay employed, it will just continue feeding you narrative. This experience for me was meant to challenge the traditional win-lose states, that kind of zero-sum game that many games have, and instead engage with the empathy of the player. So the longer you play, the more narrative sequences you get to build a backstory for the character you're playing as.
Okay, this is very impressive.
Thank
I can
you.
see people. It's very challenging as well. Thank you so much for sharing the project.
Of course, happy to. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, can you please introduce yourself and the name of your project?
Hi, everyone. My name is Alan Winslow, and this is my project, Endangered Safari.
Can you tell more about this? Like, what made you do the project?
Yeah, so I'm really interested in making projects that have a conversation around threatened and endangered species and conservation. And so this game, you fly as a city shearwater, and it's an endangered bird, and along the game you interact with other endangered species and learn about why they're endangered and about the Anthropocene.
Okay, can we actually see how it works?
Yeah, of course. You ready?
Yeah.
So the egg is the remote controller to fly the bird. And you just use the egg controller to keep the bird on the board.
Uh-huh.
And so you just do flips and loops to keep the bird flying. And periodically, these fact bubbles will appear that you can engage with and learn about the bird and learn about the Anthropocene.
Okay.
And that's about it.
What was your best score? How long have you survived so far?
Oh, I've finished the game.
1 hour?
I've lasted 1 hour. So here you go. So you can learn about the. I've done it a couple times, but it's a commitment.
Well, I can feel it.
But a couple people have worked together to make it a half hour so far. So yeah. So I was happy with that.
Wow, this is incredible. Can you tell me about this mushroom?
Yeah. So I'm also experimenting with making mycelium paneling. So I'm growing these panels out of mushroom spores and used wood sawdust to make these panels that I can hope to in the future to refine to make wood alternative paneling with.
Okay, sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
time and
Thank
sharing
you.
this project.
I appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
Hi, can you please introduce yourself and the name of your project and tell more about it, please?
Yes. Hi, my name is Philip Cadu, and this is Bite Ball. I just want to introduce my collaborators really quickly as well.
Hi, I'm Demarie Ford.
And I'm Alan Winslow again.
You get a double dose of Alan. So this is Bite Ball. It's a custom-built cocktail arcade cabinet. The game was designed in Unity, and then the housing was custom-built using SolidWorks, the CNC, and 3D printing techniques.
Wow, sounds cool. Can you show how it works?
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
So in this game, let's all join in really quickly. Every player is going to be in a circle, and the object of the game is to get all the other players out before you get out. It's much like hot potato meets dodgeball. So there's a timer in the center, and you don't want to have the ball at the end of the timer, but you also don't want to miss the ball, because if you miss it, you're out again. So there's also power-ups that can change the flow of the game very quickly. As you can see, we made custom graphics using particle systems in Unity, as well as Illustrator, After Effects, and I think actually that's it. And Photoshop for the top cabinet. So everything here you see is actually built from the ground up. None of this was, with the exception of the buttons and the joysticks, nothing here was purchased as is. So it's our little cocktail creation, and it was just on display yesterday at Wonderville as a part of the new arcade class this year.
Wow, sounds amazing. Do you have the teammates? Do you have anything to add?
I think he put it very perfectly.
Were there any problems when you were creating this collaboratively together?
No, I actually could not have asked for two better collaborators than Alan and Demarie. It was actually one of the most painless and fulfilling co-working experiences I've ever had.
That's so cute, guys. Congratulations on your project. Thank you so much for showing us. Hi, do you mind introducing yourself and your collaborator and tell the name of your project?
Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Shangri Zhang. I'm a first year ITP.
And I'm Christina Capelli. I'm a first year ITP as well.
Okay, can you tell the name of the project and what is it about?
So our project is Dumpling House. It's our take on a Bomberman video game. And we made it using Unity with C#. We used pixel drawings, and then we animated those. And then we fabricated the box with laser printing and CNC.
Can you show it how it works? It's very exciting.
Yeah. Do you want to sit?
Yeah, see.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so what's happening when you're moving and pushing the button?
So dumplings drop, and the goal is to drop enough dumplings to get rid of. Oh, you died. So yeah, you die if the dumpling hits you. So you want to try and get rid of all the boxes to get to your opponent, and then you want to try and kill your opponent before they kill you.
Wow,
But-
so what inspired you to do that?
Well, it's a takeoff of a game called Bomberman, which is popular both here and there's two versions, right?
Okay, that sounds awesome. How much time did you spend doing that?
A lot, many weeks. How many weeks did we
Yeah,
spend?
I think like about 2 months we spent on it, right? Like
Yeah, like, because then we worked on the game for a few weeks, like 2 weeks, and then we had about a week to work on. So I'd say probably around like 2 to 3 weeks.
Do you have anything to add?
No, that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sharing the project with us.
Yeah.
Where should I look at? There. Or at me. Hi, do you mind introducing yourself and the name of your project, please?
Yeah, my name is Jingjing, and this is my project called Immune War with my project partners Han Zhang and Shannon Yang. Yeah, and this is two-player game and two-player battle game that so cell there are two roles. You can play as cell and you can play as virus, and the cell's goal is to eat all the virus, and the virus goal is to infect all the cells.
Do you mind showing us?
Yeah. Sorry, this is a little bit off. I think someone break it. But yeah, it's like this. And so one player plays button here to they need to play the start button to start, and the cell's goal is to infect. Then if we press and hold to infect the cells here, and the cells need to such as this, and eat. I'm basically playing alone, but it's basically like this. Yeah, and it's like 40-second game. And if you infect all the cells over there, then you win.
Wow.
Yeah.
The graphics looks amazing.
Yeah, thank
did you
you.
do it by yourself?
Yeah, we create them. We create all the assets together.
Wow, this is
Yeah,
amazing.
and all the animations. Uh-huh.
How was the process for you?
It was fun. I was responsible for the cabinet. We spent a lot of time on that, but yeah, it doesn't really stable for now. Yeah, the process was great. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your showing us your project.
Yeah.
Hi, do you mind introducing yourself and the name of your project? What is it about?
Okay, hi, I am Danny. I am an IMA senior student. This is my capstone project. It's called Traces. It's basically a movement detection project where it can interact with your movement in real time. Everything is written in JavaScript, so it's in a web browser. Everything is run in browser. It's a web page. Everybody can log into it and see these visuals at the same time. The movement detection is done using a machine learning algorithm model developed in TensorFlow JS. It's gonna give out the coordinates of your joints, x, y, y, z.
Can we see how it works?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sure. Show us, please.
So it's for one person.
Okay.
So every detection is done in the webcam. So if you move your hands apart, the butterflies and the particles are gonna move with you. And the pink balls are your feet. So if you like move around your feet like this, you're gonna be able to see it.
This looks amazing.
Thank you.
What was the inspiration? Did you take any classes that inspired you?
I actually, cause this is one of my personal interests. I feel like people neglect movements in our lives so much. We rely on conversation like language. We rely on text so much that we forget that the movement is actually a very expressive way for self-expression. So I want to visualize this trail in the virtual space so that I can see how much information it can convey. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing the project with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, what's your name? What's the name of your project?
My name is Alex, and this is called Seal the Deal.
Okay,
Seal the Seal. I apologize.
can you tell us what is it about?
Yeah, so basically, it's just like a little kind of like adventure point and click game where you're just trying to help a seal go home. And I kind of like try to incorporate some like fourth wall breaking moments and stuff, like where the characters kind of talk to you. And like there's some creepy moments in there too. So it's like a very cute looking game, but it like kind of subverts expectations, I would say.
It looks very cute. Can I see how it works?
For sure. So, for example, this is the beginning part. This bird is talking to you, and he's basically like instructing you as like the person playing the game, like what you should do to get him home. So, like for example, he's telling me to go to this igloo, and he's like telling me to do all this to get on the train. Oh, yeah. And then once I get on the bench,
So
yeah, I can.
what is this bird in the corner?
Oh, he's the one talking to me. It's like, and then he's implemented in the. And like I'm the one, as you can see the steering wheel. I'm like the one controlling it.
What technologies did you use to create that?
I used mainly Unity and yeah, just Unity actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so like there's like multiple like kind of mini games and like gameplay styles, and that's what I was like going for.
Oh wow. So how long was the process for you?
I worked on this for my final for immersive experiences, and that took about like a month or so, and I just like worked on it for like a couple more weeks. So I'd say like 2 months of work, pretty much.
Oh, wow. It sounds like a lot of work.
It
Well,
was-
you did a great job. For
Thank
sure.
you.
Thank you so much for sharing the project.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
She was in her like 50s when they built it.
Hi guys, can you introduce yourself and what's the name of your project?
I'm Eva.
I'm Coco.
And our project is called Dreamcore.
Wow, can you tell us more about it? How it was made? What was the inspiration?
Inspiration. Also, the inspiration is based on me and Coco's dream. So we like to record our dream when we wake up. And so the concept is like sometimes when you're at the dream, you might feel like isolated, like loneliness, and maybe you feel lost sometimes. So we wanna like bring that kind of feeling into our game.
Wow, do you mind showing us how it works or
Yes.
explaining more what's happening on the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, because actually this game is designed in 4 rooms, and this is actually the final room. So like the game is in here. So if you wanna say it, we can start over from the first room. But yeah, they're playtesting it. Yeah, but yeah. Actually, this is the last room. So yeah. So do you wanna try from the very beginning?
Oh, I already tried from
Oh,
the-
you.
It was like the fourth.
Yeah, this is the fourth one. Okay, so I can show it. Yeah, so this is the first one. Yeah, so like you wake up from this room and then you go to another room and another room and another room and you want to wake up. This is the whole point of this game.
And
Yeah.
during the trip, you might feel lost, but we have like clues and directions to guide you to get out of everything.
This is
And-
very helpful indeed.
Yeah, thank you.
What was the biggest problem that you encountered?
The problem, I
Yeah.
think it's
Yeah.
a blueprint. Like Unreal is
Uh-huh.
difficult to use in a way. Yeah.
What did your friends think about your project?
My friends, it's great.
Yeah.
Did they play test it for you?
Yeah, they play that. They help us to find lots of bugs. So I really appreciate it.
Oh, it
Yeah.
sounds awesome. So what courses that you took inspired you to do this project?
It's called Blast, Blurs, and Cursed.
And also for the computational approaches to narrative. Yeah, and it's like a combination project from these two classes. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Eric. Do you mind introducing your project name and what is it about?
Sure. My project is called Miniature Reality, and it's about hidden spaces in familiar places. Should I be looking at this, by the way?
Can you tell us more? Can you tell us more about how the project works?
So it's I guess, can they see it right now, by the way?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, so it works through Touch Designer and a bunch of monitors and miles of wire, and it's just hidden in the ceiling.
What was the people's response?
Overall, people have been enjoying it. They're curious about what inspired it. I was more inspired by the ceiling itself than anything else. So it's yeah, it's I guess they can see what it is, so I'm not spoiling any surprises. But yeah, so they can control the camera view on the smaller monitor, the separate monitor, and then the other multi-view monitors are divided up on Touch Designer.
Well, I'm very excited about miniature projects.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I think there's a lot of enthusiasm for small miniature things. So that was sort of what inspired sort of my broader concept.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing with us about this project. I was excited for your thesis presentation as well.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, that went surprisingly well, considering how nervous I was.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Sorry.
Hi guys, do you mind introducing yourself and the name of your project?
Yeah, I'm Scott Gorham. I'm in the Department of Art and Public Policy, and this is the Mako Garden.
Hi, my name is Aris. I'm come from Game Center. I'm a first year MFA.
Okay, do you mind describe your project?
Yeah, so this is an empathy development workshop for children. And so over the course of the workshop, we take students through conversations about the history of empathy, what empathy means to them, what empathy looks like. We do a series of world building exercises using constraint-based design. And then they make their Mako, which is a magical affect connection object. And they use this Mako, like this, to transport themselves into their imagined worlds. And while they're in their imagined worlds, they construct a first-person narrative of a story of something that's in the world. And then they use that text to make a video. They combine this with another person reading their same words, and then those videos are put into this, and so are scans of the Makos. And that way, like when they leave the workshop, they can show this to like their parents or their families. And as the workshops happen in different locations, it'll all contribute to this one archive, which is the Mako Garden.
Wow. So what technologies did you use for making this that they see on screen?
Unity. And this is Aris, so I can't take any credit for building in Unity. She's the one.
Oh, wow.
So
That looks awesome. So what inspired you to make this project in the first place?
Sorry?
What inspired you to make this project in the first place?
I didn't get it. Sorry, I don't understand.
So, do you want me to answer?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the first round of this part of the project we did in the world building workshop here. And so we're just thinking about different subjective positions and how to record those positions. And so this originally was an embodiment archive for like a fantasy world we made that had storms all the time and you lost your memory. So then we adapted that into being this. And this is from another ITP class called Microbial Ethics in an Anti-Colonial Spacefaring Future. Full name. And just ways of thinking about how to reach out to interstellar subjectivities, like how to imagine what it looks like or what it feels like to be something else that's not here on Earth. So then we combine these things. Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
sharing, and welcome to ITP floor, I guess.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks.
Hi, can you please introduce yourself and what is your project?
Should I? Hi, I'm Olivia, and this is a project last 4 seasons in my life. And this is a VR experience, and you are entered a comic book called Last 4 Seasons. And this is by main character, and she only had 1 year to live. And also, you are get into this comic book and recreate her memories by taking pictures and like grabbing object to trigger the narrative.
Can Sharon here play test it?
Yeah, sure.
Can I sit here?
Oh, you can just send in.
No, just
Yeah, I love this.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It does have the like free fall.
You can use your right hand thumbstick to move forward, and there's a camera on the table you can grab.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
This looks cool. Can you like describe what we see right now?
So this is current spring season of the balcony, and you can grab the camera to take pictures, like using the Polaroid in the reality. Use the middle finger to grab the camera. Yeah, just use the grip button. Yeah, and use the index finger long press. Press a really long time, and you can get a Polaroid picture.
Oh.
Yeah. Is that print out?
Okay.
Yeah, can you press a little bit longer so it will print out a picture for you? Yeah, you can use another hand to grab the picture and shake the Polaroid. Yeah, you'll get your picture right now.
This looks awesome.
Thank you.
What was your main problem when you were creating this project?
Probably because this is a really emotion story, and I will respond. It's a really emotion story, so my biggest challenge is how I present the narrative inside my VR experience. So I decided to split my narrative on different objects, and when you grab this object, you'll trigger the narrative pieces. And when you're like grabbing all the objects, you can making the puzzles, and you know the narrative behind the main character. And this also will be a like experience. In the end, we'll like have a comic generated with the picture you took as the summary of your experience in the game.
Okay. Thank you so much. This looks very beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. No. Hi, do you mind introducing yourself and what is your project about?
Okay, so hi guys, I'm a junior, I'm Oris, so I'm a junior at IMA. So my project is about like it's a discussion around the relationship between computer and human. So it is set in an alternate universe where human can to extinction. So there's only cyborgs left, and this is a gallery where you can visit the gallery of the cyborgs. So all of the paintings inside the gallery are actually made through machine learning, and yeah, and there are also some jewelries exhibit inside the gallery, and all of the jewelries were made out of the human avatars. And the reason I'm doing this because I see how a lot of people and a lot of brands are using animal avatars in, to design their jewelry. But what if human came to extinction? How will human be remembered? So this is a way. Oh, sorry. This is a way I imagine that human could be remembered through a way of decoration and just like accessory for cyborgs.
Okay.
And also I printed the jewelries out.
Yeah. Can you explain what are these white heads?
I think I think the reason I choose this white texture is because I think they kind of looks like bones. So that would be kind of weird for human to look at them. But then this is how we as human actually treat other species. So we won't feel we're seeing the bones of a ox or seeing the bone of a sheep. But then what if the bones were actually humans and then the bones were made into the shape of human avatars? That's how I want to like remind people that we're not actually the center of the world.
What was the user's reaction to your project?
Oh, they really like how realistic these paintings generated by computers are, and also they really like those like little rings and stuff. Yeah, something like this.
Oh wow. Do you also give it to your people, to your playtesters as a souvenir?
I didn't have a lot of them, so maybe I can give them out tomorrow because there's a show still tomorrow. So
Yeah,
I
for
might
sure.
get them out tomorrow, but not today.
Thank you so much for sharing your
Thank you
project
so
with us.
much.
What's on the screen? Amazing. It's all.
Okay. Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Tinri. Do you mind telling us about your project?
Yeah, so my name is Tingray Wang, and this is my project, The Third Person and I. It's a VR piece of looking at my memory, my story from a third person perspective. And so the player is gonna going
from room to room, and each room represents a specific time of my life and also of my memories, and they can interact with the person, like the little me. And
So what do we see right now on the screen?
right now, you see me like in 2015, just arrived in New York and really feel like depressed and lonely, and those little yellow figure represents like maybe like the emotion I feel at that time. And yeah, so
It must be very hard for you emotionally to work on this project.
yeah, this project is really personal, and I kind of feel I don't know how I feel about like sharing to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, I'm pretty happy I made like the whole thing, and I yeah, I think I did what I wanted to do.
What was
Yeah.
the most difficult thing during your process?
I think few months of trying to find inspiration. I literally started like in April. And
Wow.
yeah, I keep changing my idea, and I just don't have like inspiration, and then suddenly everything spark and everything just came.
Yeah, I can see that, and I like the design of your project as well. It's very minimalistic in terms of color.
Thank you.
I guess it was done on purpose.
Yeah, I try to like mimic like the manga style because I grew up with manga, and I also like use like the color to highlight which part people can interact, and to direct the player on where to go.
Thank you so much. I was very excited to see your thesis presentation as well. It was very
I also have a 2D version. I just like what it's okay.
next.
That's high tech.
Wow. Hi, can you please introduce yourself and the name of your project?
Okay. Hi. Sorry. Do I look at you or look at the camera?
Wherever you want.
Okay. Hi. My name's Wyatt, and this is my project, my VR project called Level Complete. So this is a VR experience that uses my gaming experience, the recreations of the levels as an inspiration to um, have a little bit of discussion about humans, ourselves, and virtual space in a VR concept, obviously. Yeah.
Okay, so can you please describe what is the user is going through right now?
Okay, so there are different kinds of interactions, but contrary with the traditional inputs like button pushing or joystick, I used some more natural inputs such as body movements or even vocal sounds as a input to interact with the virtual space.
Okay. So right now on the screen,
Yeah.
what's happening right now?
So it's changing. Okay. So like for this level, the narration will tell you about this is a kind of memory C scene. Basically, the player will need to swing their arms, just like swimming, to move along the path to move across the whole map. And this map is a recreation of a level called Dust 2 in a classic game called Counter Strike, which is a game that has had impact on me when I was a kid, obviously. Yeah. So not like traditional games that you need to push joystick to move forward. In this level, it detects your motion of swimming, of moving arms, so you can like really swim in kind of undersea thing.
Were there any courses at ITP or in NYU in general that inspired you?
You mean other games or?
No, like, were there any courses or maybe professors at ITP
Oh,
that
oh, oh,
contributed?
yeah. One of the one of my favorite classes is synthetic architectures, and I really learned a lot from it. Like before I enter ITP, I only have a few times of VR experiences, but after like 2 years, I made a VR for my thesis. By the way, this is also my thesis piece. So yeah, it's.
I guess VR is much easier for you now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Wait. Hi, Rajshri. Can you introduce your project? What's the name of it?
Yeah, it's called the Sanders. It's a VR experience where you can play music with words, and it's based on Bernie Sanders' filibuster, which is an 8 hour long speech on capitalism.
Oh wow.
So you can basically like use the words from his speech to make music.
Can you describe what's happening right now?
She is smashing words,
Oh wow.
and each word is producing a sound and or lyrics. Yeah.
So what we can see on the screen is what the person sees right
Yes. I mean, not right. It's that one's
now.
pre-recorded,
Okay,
but
pre-recorded.
but that's essentially what's
Okay.
she's doing.
How was the process for you?
It wasn't too bad. Um,
It wasn't too bad. How long did it take you?
2 days.
2 days?
But I didn't do it alone. I did it with two other people. And one was a musician, one is really good at Unity, and I did the design. So it was team effort, crammed it in 2 days because it was for a hackathon.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
And also my 100 days class, so I was used to designing it in a day. Yeah.
How did people react?
Like her? Oh, you'll get hot. Sorry. Yeah.
How did people react to your project? Like, are they all as aggressively
No.
hitting everything?
Nope.
Okay.
I wish they were. I
Everything-
really wish they were.
How did people usually react to it though? Oh, very gentle.
Very gentle.
I guess they are.
Except for Pauline and her.
I guess people are scared of VR.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your next steps for this project? Hopefully make another one for Donald Trump. Oh, that sounds awesome. I would love to see it. Thank you so much for sharing. Hi there. Do you mind introducing yourself?
Oh,
And
yes.
what's the name of your project?
Oh, yes. My name is Jackson. I come from the South Korea, Jeju Island. My project is Paraplay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like a karaoke made you singer. I want to my Paraplay make everyone's actor. So like
Okay, so what's happening in the game?
yeah, so just thinking about some kind of VR theater, and you are inside the screen. And for example, this is some kind of prototype of the my Oz, Wizard of Oz. Even this is the solo prototyping. So inside the screen, we are acting and play with inside the screen.
Oh wow, I can see there are different characters there.
Yeah, but that's the prototype mock-up. Only I made started finalizing Dorothy. So for my voices from Dorothy. So I wanted to develop more some multiplayer.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So wait, how many people can play this game? Multiplayer at the same time?
Yeah, that's my either
Okay, so
idea.
what was your main inspiration behind this project?
Oh yes, because I know that play is really one of the most live and interactive thing, especially for importance of children. But now during the COVID time, there is no places to play in because the school is closed. So how to play inside the screen like this?
This is very creative.
Oh yes.
Like I admit it's very creative.
Yes. So basically, I'm very Game Boy. For like this, I will always my game character is became alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I go inside the screen. So at last I found my character is alive in here.
Oh wow.
Like this in here.
Well, it sounds cool. What was the people's reaction to it? How people reacted when they played it?
Oh yeah, but it looks very interesting, especially two-goal play. This one, like the children, even they are made more interaction than I made, like using emoji I never use it. So I think then the play is making plays very, making people very interaction play that I even didn't think. That was very most impressive, especially in this exhibition.
Thank you so much for sharing this with me.
Thank you so much.
But this is it for tonight. Thank you so much for staying with us and enjoying this incredible project. I hope you can tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. as well. I wish you good evening, everyone.